working.
Oh, goody.
Do you know what I forgot though? I forgot my blinking seat. Sorry, dog. Here we are. Oh, hello.
The seat, there is a seat under there.
I know, that's sort of larky.
I'm fine.
He's not minding.
No, no. That's me?
Says you.
Okay.
Says that.
Carlene White, okay. Oh, it's from Eileen, Algonquin, Maine. Aha. Peggy Morris, I know that name too. Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Okay. Haha. Are you not feeling it? Can I fetch you anything? Oh, isn't that? Look at that. I thought a good layer report might make you feel better. It was great to chat with you. I get terribly concerned when you end up back in the hospital. We love the picture of Larky. As soon as possible, encloses some do-re-mi, as used as needed. Peggy Morris and Irene. No. Huh.
That was the lady who called when you were in hospital.
Was it?
Was it?
Apparently.
Ha ha ha.
Apparently it was. Did you want the address and stuff again?
I think I should probably take it just
Oh.
in case. Yes. And I actually have to send these to Cloud.
Is this one?
Woo, thank you. I'm not sending that to Cloud. Put that there. And I'm
Put
going
that there, that there, and then that there.
Right. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's it.
Well done. Can we go home now? I tell you, it has been a busy, busy day. Oh no, look, we've got a magazine.
Oh, goody.
Yep.
Whatever works.
I know.
I like those.
What's your big head, big boy? That's it, thank you. Oh, thank you. Big paws. Oh, nice boy.
Okay.
He's nice and cozy.
Is he lovely?
Oh. Very cozy.
He's having a hard time with Wanda, I'll tell you. She jumps and snaps at him. If she catches his lip, we're going to have bad troubles.
I know, it's funny though, isn't it? He's normally so laid back.
I know. He's laid back. He's not doing anything. Just walk past her, and she'll jump up at him.
She's quite notorious for that.
She's, it's not a good thing.
No.
I mean, it looks cute and stuff like that, but because he'll take it just so long.
Yeah.
And one bite and she's gone.
Yes, because she's snack sized.
I know.
Yeah. Has she been harassing you?
It's terrible.
That's a very Wanda thing to do. He's like, I know. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
He is a very good boy.
He's not. Can't compare him. He's not as good as Bentley was a good dog.
Yeah.
I could send Bentley with anybody, do anything, guaranteed he'd be fine. He's probably all right. And I do send him with everybody.
But he would stop for a chit chat and a socialise in
Yeah.
the middle of it, wouldn't he?
Uh,
He's very funny.
He's very facey. People have let him get in there. Oh,
I
that's
know.
face. He's sick.
Mr. Trouble.
At any rate.
Yep.
Okay, let's talk about how to have a dog in a dog crate. Okay. He can do and see everything that everybody else can. He can see out the window.
Yep.
He's up off the floor.
Yep.
He can see people and talk to people
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. Why do people put their crates on the floor?
I presume because they don't have a handy dandy carpenter to come and build a
Well,
platform.
you can put it on a table.
Hmm?
It's not fair. They can't see out the window and the put in the corner of a room. People do strange things with dogs.
I know.
He's perfectly happy in there.
And so somebody made a comment, and it basically it's terrible to see Jiminy in his crate. I think they probably don't follow along to realise that he goes to Meredith in the morning, runs around like an absolute Looney Tune, hangs out on the farm,
He's tired.
and he comes back and he's like, sleepy time now, thanks very much. And I think that's part of the key to working with crates is that it's their personal space time.
People overdo that personal space. Personal space if it's got other things.
Like children.
Well, you put them in the corner on the floor. They can't see anything. They can't participate in action. I mean, he's right with everything the others do.
Yep.
I tried swapping, but bingo here he can't. He's not quite as clever. He doesn't jump quite as well. This guy could jump the ceiling.
Yeah. No.
He pops in there just as nice as can be.
He struggles, doesn't he, Larky?
Yeah, he's heavy. That's our heavy duty model.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not quite as agile. No.
Right.
But he's quite content because he's
Exactly.
tired.
That's his blankie.
Yep. His mattress.
His mattress.
Uh-huh.
His bucket of water. You
Yep.
know, cookies. Every time he goes in, he gets a cookie. He's first fed.
Yep. And he's actually looking at us with his eyes dripping,
I
going,
know.
enough already, thanks.
Yeah.
He's very good. You're a good boy, aren't you? He's like, and enough.
Yeah. People generalize too much generalizing.
Yeah. You know, it's difficult because it's like people, one size doesn't really actually fit all. They're just as...
But it does. But you gotta think.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta think like the dog. Kept in the garage on the floor, you know.
Yeah, it's tricky.
I can see it with Saint Bernard or something where it's just too hot in here.
I know. We've got Nick's friend who keeps bringing his Saint Bernard to stay with us when he goes away on vacation because he's got a lovely blue Great Dane, and
really?
she's lovely. And the parents will take her, but this dog he slobbers. It's like he shakes, and you know it's like slow motion, but hits the ceiling and doesn't come back down. And he is the loveliest dog. He really is the loveliest dog. But my goodness, he snores at night time, really loud. It even wakens me up. And he always has to sleep on the tiled bathroom floor because everywhere else, air conditioning in the house, it has to be the tiled bathroom floor because he's just too hot. At which point, you have to leave him in there with the door open because otherwise he cries at you if you can't see you in the bed, and you're like, makes him happy though.
Jesus.
Nice dog, full of slobber, which I presume is why he doesn't go to the parents' house.
Yeah.
Because they're not daft. But he's a really nice dog as well. That's just where he wants to be.
Yeah.
But do you not find when you've got a lot of dogs, they all pick a spot somewhere and they tend to go back to that spot and hang out?
I don't know as I've ever observed that. No.
No, mine all have a little space they like to go to.
Really.
Mm-hmm. I've got one dog that sleeps at my feet every night until Nick kicks her off the bed, and then she goes down for 5 minutes, lets him go back to sleep. She comes back up because she lies at the back of my knees.
Really.
Every night.
In the bed.
Oh, on top of the covers, yeah. On the bed, yeah.
I had Wanda for a couple of days. I just didn't get enough sleep.
I don't notice her. It's Nick that notices her. Because if I'm lying with my knees facing out the bed and the dog's then essentially in the middle of the bed, she lies with her backbone down the back, the crease in my knees, and she pushes her legs like that into him, at which point we hit trouble because he's like, the dog's off. And then I flip over and she comes up the other side. But it's a very peculiar thing. I mean, I just waking up in the morning, she's there.
Wow. I don't, because I used to have 8 dogs in the house.
Yeah. That'll be my daughter leaving, is it?
I
Someone going? Not yet.
did for a while when they, like, it was my first litter of 8. And I had 8 crates, and I fed them in a crate. That was the only time they were in a crate. It was in that back room. So I could set up their dinners, and then, okay, everybody in a crate. And I didn't even notice whether they got in the same crate.
Yeah.
Just 1 to 1. Everybody, okay, dinner's up.
Yeah. Well, I've actually got 3 of them that all go into a crate at the moment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm lucky they don't have a disagreement,
Wow.
because I do end up pulling 2 of them out of it. I've got a chewy puppy right now. With she chews with a specialism in remote controls.
Oh.
Yep.
I think I've been that road. What
Yeah.
is it about the plastic? It crackles.
I don't know.
It makes a crunchy noise or something.
She's done a Bluetooth mouse,
Yeah.
same hard plastic, 2 remote controls, and anything in that nasty hard plastic, she goes for.
Well, those antlers.
Mhm.
No, let me try it again. Elk antlers.
Mhm.
Those have lasted.
Yes.
They have lasted. We're what, 3 or 4 years now?
Mhm.
And they've gone around and round and round, and there are still pieces of them all over.
Yeah, my dogs are still bringing your antlers in from the garden.
Right.
Right. They come in, and because they're kind of mud coloured now, I'm like, oh no, poop. And I'm like, no, it's an antler. That's fine, have it. It's so they last a long time.
They lasted a long. They were expensive.
Yep.
I forgot exactly how and why I bought them, but I don't know.
Ava came home. She came back. She was out riding on Meredith on Hugo, and she came back. And she had she's a Western saddle, a rack, an antler rack.
Oh, really?
She found it discarded, just one side. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, so it's on the mantelpiece at the moment. I'm just waiting for the dogs to get a hold of that.
You know the story of Janine with the antlers in the State House.
I don't know, what does she do?
We were Santa's farm. I had like 30 animals for 30 days. $1,000 a day, so it was,
It's worth it.
It was worth it. It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because it was 24-hour days. I had to have somebody there all night, or somebody
Yeah.
would have eaten the chickens, or
Well,
goats,
yeah.
and everything else.
Well, yeah.
But at any rate, I had a reindeer there for a few days, which I had to rent from somebody in New Hampshire. And it couldn't be anywhere near the sheep because reindeer and sheep, bugs and whatever.
Oh, right, okay.
I couldn't do that. Any rate, we were to have the reindeer up on the State House with the governor. And so Janine takes the reindeer with a friend of hers, and you hold an antler and you hold a lead rope, one on each side, and that's how you lead a reindeer. She gets up there, just in with the governor, and the cameras are all beginning to go and all that sort of thing, and the antler comes off. And the reindeer is now loose running the State House. Janine running with the antler.
Oh dear. I bet you she wasn't expecting that.
That's when we found out that those Santa's reindeer up there, they're all girls. You know that story?
Is that because they don't shed their antlers?
They don't shed them.
Right.
The males would be shedding their antlers by Christmas.
Yeah.
So those are all girls up there leading Santa around.
Naturally.
Naturally.
That's quite funny. I bet you should have panicked at that.
I tell you. Some of the things.
Oh dear. Well, and you know what reindeer sound like when they walk with their clicky knee joints? Oh, that's just something.
Well, Dr. Paul covers a farm with
Oh, does he?
With reindeer, and I have a feeling that guy. Because I think there's only one. When I started researching where was I going to find a reindeer for this project?
Yeah.
There was only one guy in some place like Michigan that raised them.
Right.
And this gal in New Hampshire had one of his reindeer.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know how many reindeer farms there are in the lower 48 or whatever we are.
Don't know. presume the
Well.
climate's not that great for them.
It was a tough one.
Yeah. I think it's the clicky knees when they walk. That just it's something that some certain noises just go. Ooh, like ow, ow, ow. Yeah. So did you had visitors today, didn't you?
I did have visitors.
Was that man stretching your legs again?
Yes, it made me walk back and forth. I'm doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that.
You'll be on your bike soon then?
Probably.
Excellent.
I never thought about it. I'm not to go on that thing.
Right. The recumbent bike.
I'm not supposed to do that.
Right.
You know that.
No, why is that?
Because of the clots in my legs.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mustn't do a vibrator or anything.
Right. So we'll not use the.
You're right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something coming that I must not use.
Yes, because we shouldn't do anything that knocks them loose and passes them up round the body.
That's correct.
Yeah.
We got no problem.
Yeah, yeah. We don't need to be chasing DVTs.
The lump that I panicked about for being breast cancer, maybe it's doing breast cancer, but it is gone down to 1/8 the size.
Right.
It really is. It's less than a marble now.
And no bruising?
Oh yeah, it ran. It became a big black and blue.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I'm full of black and blues. My stomach from the shots here.
Yeah.
It's all black and blue.
Well, just tell everybody you're tattooed.
Tattooed, right?
Yeah. She does it herself. Very creative.
It's such a tiny needle. It doesn't hurt at all.
No. Now hang on a minute. Is it? It's a tiny needle and it doesn't hurt at all, or as my experience is, when it goes into this wee bit here, you've got a wee bit of extra padding and it's not very sore. Because I bet you if you had somebody who didn't have much in the way of,
It might hurt them.
yeah, yes.
Doesn't bother me.
See, there's benefits to having that little bit of insulation.
Yes.
Although I can tell you, my insulation was not working today at all. Cold, 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 freezing. Not the best. Now, I don't know what we did to the picture today. In fact, the picture apparently is better than the sound. I think it's just we brought it a bit closer than usual. That's improved the camera and
Really?
the microphone. Yeah.
Oh, good.
'Cause
Okay.
I certainly didn't change any settings because I wouldn't know how to do that. Although I did get a wee bit confused because I think Mary managed to get the computer, or was it Nick? They updated the computer clock.
Oh.
So the computer clock is actually now at the right time. So we were a wee bit late today because I always take a few minutes off because the computer clock's always been fast.
Okay.
So then I got in a bit of a panic because I realised I was actually late. So I'll not be doing that again.
It's quite the timing with everything you've got to do to land here at 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
It takes some doing.
it does.
There's no way in hell I can make that thing work.
No. Especially because today it was Arthur was being, well, in fact we were supposed to be having 2 geldings today. Charlie was supposed to be gelded as well. And Arthur, who's our absolutely the biggest huggy buggy, cuddly, Janine's favourite mammoth donkey, his gelding didn't quite go to plan, which is why we were so extremely grateful with Dr. Parrott and his team. And he had to go in and resuture because he was bleeding. So Charlie was
In
sighing.
that road.
Yeah, so Charlie was sighing a big sigh of relief and went hippity scott back out to the paddock and went, live to see another day. And poor Arthur's inside feeling a bit sorry for himself.
And
So it's been a busy day for everyone, and he has got about 3 weeks of recovery.
really.
Yeah, and I didn't realise when they gave me the notes, it's 10 to 15 minutes trotting.
What?
10 to 15 minutes each day trotting. And I'm
Trotting?
like, trotting. That's what I said. I went, is it not walking? And they went, no, it's trotting. And I'm like, uh-oh, that's me then.
You're give him the wallet. He take with the horse.
Yeah, well, it's icy. Very icy. I'm not looking forward to 10 to 15 minutes of trotting. That sounds absolutely horrific. So
Okay.
that's something to look forward to for 3 weeks.
I'm sure you'll manage somehow.
Well, I won't be doing 15 minutes in a row, I can tell you. I'll be doing 1 minute trot and 1 minute walk. So we'll be out for half an hour. Anyway, so he was looking lovely in his wee blue blanket, little soul. And I don't know what else has happened today because we've got stuck down there. Carly will go and Coral will check him before she leaves this evening, and I checked him over at 3. So Coral will check him over, and Carly will check him over later at night when she goes to see Finn. So I tell you, he'll be like, "Could you all go away now? That's enough."
What sort of scheduling time are you on over there? Is it regular enough for me to say to Nick, can you be there from 4 to 5 every day for a while? Or?
Yeah, he's very welcome. Have you spoken with him?
No.
No, he's very welcome. He can, either end of the day is fine. Doesn't.
What time
So
do you do morning?
what we tend to do in the morning is we're there by 8 at the latest. Some people get there at 7, some people get there at 8, and some people are a wee bit later. And we do, the majority of the work is done in the morning because we do.
That would be good. They'd probably,
Yeah.
you know.
And then in the evening, I like to get there after I've done the school run, and then I do the hay bags, and I always do a head count
Yeah.
for those pesky sheep.
There's probably more work in the morning.
There's more work because we muck in the morning.
Yeah.
Although I will say in the evenings when we've had bad weather and we've got animals inside, we muck twice a day.
Yeah.
So it's and you just, if there's anything obvious, we just pick it up. But there's, it would, if he came and he had extra time, I'm always appreciative of somebody who wants to come and handle the animals and
Right.
just
Well, he
keep
doesn't
them.
know. He doesn't know too much.
We could teach
He's the
him.
one. He's the one that has the dog.
Yes, Moira.
Moira. He's doing beautifully with it.
Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we could. He's very welcome.
I'll try and work in that direction because he would be a hell of an asset if he falls for it.
Yeah.
And it's a question of falling for it.
Well,
It's different.
It's very different, and and I think what you find is people either, if you start in the good weather, you can be put off very quickly in the bad weather, because it's 365 odd days a year, and they don't do Christmas and New Year, or birthdays.
Yeah.
They still like to be fed at the same time, and I think if you enjoy it, and you get so much out of it.
Well, he's offering to drive me anywhere to go get hay.
Oh, that's good. Does he want to load it at the other end, though?
No. Although now if he's not working, he might, he's looking for something to do. Now we
We've got plenty to do.
I know. And we have to be challenging at the same time because he's a bright guy.
Yeah.
Mathematician, I trade.
Doesn't go amiss on a farm, I can tell you. Always trying to prop things up, change angles on things, redirect things, make sure they're A-okay.
Well, I think he'd get a kick out of the whole operation of that farm
Yeah.
with between the maple syrup and the firewood and everything else that's those rocks.
Compost.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and he could become proficient in reversing trailers.
Well,
Proficient in reversing trailers.
not yet.
Well, see, we could sort them out. Well, you could sort them out. I'll just clap because I can't reverse trailers to save myself. Roxy, I cannot see that box. And I'm not sure where it is. I'm not sure if somebody's maybe picked it up and put it somewhere. It's not in my house, that much I know. So I'll have to keep having a wee looky-see and ask. I'll maybe ask Mary actually if she saw it. It is very slippery outside. We have just we have just gone to from slightly wet on top to sheer ice
Sheer
on
ice.
top. Yeah. And
Because we didn't plow, did we? Anybody plow?
nobody plowed, no. But I think a couple of days ago, Dana came down and he put a bit of sand down,
Which got covered up with ice.
which is in the ice, yeah. But, you know, we're fortunate. We've got 4x4s.
Yeah.
We come and go. And it's just the weather. You know, you always rely on the weather to help you out a bit and melt, but no, it's not. And it's
Next week's supposed to be warm though, isn't it?
yes, I think it goes down pretty low tomorrow night, and then after that, it'll start coming back up a bit.
Yeah, because we're on the other end of winter now, aren't we? The days are getting longer.
their days are getting yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That means nothing when you get snow in April sometimes. Seriously, I've given up on weather. Does the vet give pain meds to the Jacks for the time after gelding? Well, the pain meds are actually not due until tomorrow morning. So whatever he's given him, in fact he's had a trio of quite the concoction, what he's given him will last him until tomorrow morning, and then we put him onto bute. And he just has that with his food, which is useful, and it's got a nice taste, so they don't mind that one.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and then we use painkillers for about a week, and morning and night. And we just observe him and make sure he's A-okay.
How much does it cost?
You don't want to know, especially not since we had to go in a second time and
Retired.
Yep. And I think that's also going to generate an operation further down the line, because there's a stub, and we had to cauterize further up, and there's a stub being left, and it will probably have to be cut off up at the stitch line, I think. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I was wondering what it cost compared to the dog.
Oh, quite a bit more.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, because you got the farm call deal.
Yeah, and there's, especially when it's a mammoth, there's a lot of, I mean, he took a lot to get him to go to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously you start with the lowest you can possibly get away with, and then you keep going, and then you have to do it a second time. So
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot involved, and it's a big heavy job. We had to get Wallace. Wallace comes and helps.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, because he's strong enough to manhandle.
Yeah.
So Wallace and
Wallace could be trotting these things
I
around.
know Wallace. Yeah, he likes that donkey.
Oh,
He was
good.
very fond of it. Is Carly filling in for Janine? Carly and I are filling in, and Mike helps out too. So what happens is Janine goes to Meredith 7 days a week when she's here, and there's somebody that we have volunteers on a Sunday, we have volunteers on a Monday, Wednesday, a Thursday, and a Friday. So the days that Janine would be there by herself would be a Tuesday and a Saturday. So Carly will go down and perform that, and I'm going down and faffing around and counting bales of hay and doing stuff, and
Okay.
making hot dinners, hot breakfast and hot dinners.
Okay.
And the barn's all set for tonight, so Carly will just go down and commune with her horse.
How would it be if we set up a chowder pot at Meredith for hot chowder? You can bet bags of that chowder, they're damn good.
Yeah, but was there enough to eat it?
Huh?
Would there be enough people to eat it?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm asking you.
No, I would just come and eat it here. Send Carly here. We all end up coming back this way.
I thought maybe instead of hot coffee, it would be warming.
I don't even have coffee down there. I have my coffee in the house, I go down there, and then I hope to get back before lunchtime and start again. And that's what Janine does too. She picks up Dunkin' Donuts, and she drinks that in the car, and then we go round and we do all the
Yeah.
chores, and then we leave.
Yeah.
Because you don't really get time.
Okay. Okay, I was just trying to keep you thawed out, but that's all right.
No, we just come back here to moan about it and let you know how cold it is, and eat whatever you've got in the house. Yes, Dodie, her dog loved his crate to get away from the little ones when we had enough of them. The doors were always open. And that's such a funny thing, because that's exactly what, when I started with, when I had a 6-month-old child, I started with German Shepherds. And the woman who gave me the German Shepherds, I said, you know, they don't really need the crates, they use it as a go to place, and they go there, you know, when somebody comes in the door, I'd say go to place, they would go to place, we'd introduce them to the people, and then they'd be out doing whatever, and they were super. And she said to me, she didn't like men, she didn't like children, Nick was terrified of her, and she was the most straight down the line, super sensible, phenomenal dog trainer. She showed her dogs in Germany and all over the place, you know, really strict. And in fact, to go and get these dogs to be considered, we had to travel from Scotland to England for an interview with all the children and Nick. And then she wouldn't let us have a dog. We had to go away so she could think about it and match one of her dogs to us and decide. And then we had to think about it, and then we had to get any questions out of the way. And then 2 weeks later, we drove the same trip with a 6-month-old all the way down to pick the dog up and bring it home. And then she would check in with you once a week. Any questions? But she was really, really on the ball.
Huh.
You know, she was super, a phenomenal, you know, dog aware, really dog aware, behaviour aware, and there was just no. She had 25 dogs on her property, you know, like you, and everyone was like, just you sit down, and they'd go, okay, that must mean all of us then, and they'd go, thump, and you're like, okay, job done. So she was a phenomenal mentor to have.
Yeah.
And so
that's why your dogs behave like they do? Come on.
No, I've actually had really nice German Shepherds.
Oh, have
That's
you?
what are nuts. Yeah, I used to have them. We were rolling hand signals. They just watched you the whole time. You go, they'd come and sit.
Yeah.
They were phenomenal. God knows what's going on with this lot now.
The lot you got now, see, they're the only ones I know with you. So
I know. Those are the ones that are springy. I'm going to get them sorted though. But she said to me when I said to her, I told you, I said to her, you know, they're so well behaved. You know, they go to place. They've got beds. They follow us round room to room. And she went, well, and I said, and I never closed the dog crate door. And she said, yes, but you've got bloody children. She said, I'm not having my dogs terrorised by your children. I'm like, it's a 6-month-old. I'm like, it's not even vaguely interested in the children. And she was like, the dogs need peace and quiet away from children. I was like, okay. So Nick kept saying to me, could we get these bloody, because we had 2 eventually. And he's like, 2 crates, seriously. I'm like, it's their space, okay? And if Barbara ever comes up, we're in trouble. He's like, oh, if Barbara says it's fine. Because we don't want to mess with Barbara. Yeah. It is, and they're not used as punishments. And he's snoring in it. Gently, I might add. Is this bed big enough for Sizzle and Larky? Well, I could probably lie down in it as well if I was so inclined, but I'm not.
I've thought of it several times.
Yeah. I tell you, he is lying with his head against my lower back, and it's really lovely.
Well, you're welcome.
Oh, I'm like, oh. He's perfect. Yeah, they're both on it. There's stacks of room. Yes, and buffalo horns. And the other thing for chews, buffalo horns, they do them as well, but they do cow hooves. But they splinter
Yeah.
quite nastily.
Yeah, cow chews, they come off in bigger chunks.
Yeah.
But you get stuck in things.
Well, I'll tell you, the other problem is when the cow hooves splinter and you stand on them in bare feet. That's not good either.
Yeah.
No. What did you have for dinner?
I've already had it.
What did you have though?
Shrimp.
Oh, did you?
There may still be more shrimp in there. And some funny salad stuff with beans and stuff like that. There's more of that in
Oh,
there.
did Mary make it?
No, she got it up at Chelsea's.
Oh. How is your elbow?
My elbow's bothering me.
It's annoying.
Oh, it's been pretty good up to now, but today it took a turn for the worse. I don't, would you want to look at it?
No, look at it. Is it
See?
getting bigger?
I haven't looked at it lately.
It's a wee bit hot, but it's not. Doesn't look too bad actually. I wonder if it sort of builds up with bruising. Do you think it's?
I try not to bruise it.
Yeah.
I put it in its keeper.
In its keeper, I know. It's
It's
like
a very handy keeper, though.
it's like one of those. Remember when you used to go to church in the cold weather?
Right.
You got a wee muff to put your
Right.
hands in.
In my case, we always had a glove.
Was it a club?
One glove per kid, because we could never find enough gloves for two gloves per kid.
Well, I actually had a really, really terrible thing. It was a koala bear made out of, so the little head, I mean, this was in the 70s, okay, and I had an uncle in Australia, I think, who must have sent it, and you put, its little koala face was there.
Oh,
Oh dear, that's a terrible thing, but hey.
with my rabbit's foot.
Oh, I had a rabbit's foot as well, a white one, a lucky one.
There you go.
It's even worse. Obviously, not something that would be done today, but crikey, it certainly was then. Ugh. The donkey that was neutered is on Meredith. He's in the biggest stall because it was for Shire horses, which are a large draft breed. He's in the biggest, the longest, biggest stall, and he's in with what you call it, straw. I hate straw as bedding.
Oh,
But so it doesn't stick to his incisions.
I can't hear what it is.
You know, he's on a straw bed.
Straw.
I hate straw beds.
They're lovely, though.
Ugh. No. Hot meals for the equine. Well, basically, all I do is I just put hot water into their hay pellets, and they have hay pellets, and so they just have something warm, and they get their multivitamins in that, and it carries everything in. It's in their stomach, and the job is done. And I feel that I've been really kind and generous, and they like seeing me come, and that's it. I don't do it in the summer, obviously, because it's too hot, too hot. And it's just to make sure that everybody's
How do you get your hot water over there?
out of our hot water tap
Oh.
in our utility room that's attached to
Oh.
the bathroom and the heat attack room.
Oh.
Honestly, talk about spoiled in that part.
Spoiled.
We are so spoiled. And in fact, I was speaking to somebody today who had been there before it was converted, and she was like, "Can I just go and stand in your tack room?" I'm like, "If you like." And she's like, "It's lovely." And I'm like, "It's really lovely." I said, "But seeing weather like this, to go in and it's roasting hot, you're like, this is so spoiled, honestly." In fact, I shouldn't tell anyone, otherwise everyone will want to come. Yes, cow hooves, as chews, they do smell. I know, I keep forgetting I've got my glasses on my head. It's terrible. So, they're all, they're all happy. And I put a picture of the sheep. I did my hay bags inside, freezing cold weather.
Yeah?
Right, my wee sheep are wandering around with a wee thick coat of snow, and so I had the hay bags all inside, and I left one outside because I like to give a little small choice, thinking Enzo would go out, the mini mule. No, all the sheep, all 10 of them are all crowded around one hay bag outside, nom 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 nom. Honestly, they try so hard, and they're so ungrateful.
That coat they have is horrendous.
I know. So when you go along and if you get your fingers, they're roasting hot,
They are.
totally
They
hot.
are.
And
Especially, we've been Santa's farm many times,
Mhm.
and one time I had blankets on all the donkeys
Mhm.
because I had them.
Mhm.
And the animal rights people gave me hell for not blanketing the sheep. I said, what?
Oh, no.
Are you funny? Here we are standing there in sheepskin clothing.
I know.
Any rate.
No, it's a tricky one because there was one year the sheep shearer couldn't come and we had a really early hot spell.
Really?
They were awful.
Yeah.
The poor things, they were lying panting against the fence. So anyway, so that's us for Thursday. We have nearly completed the week.
Oh, good.
I know.
Okay.
It's amazing. Getting
Okay.
there. Coming in fast. There's something happening tomorrow. I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Oh, it's a visit, isn't it?
Somebody's going.
Yes.
They're going to Woburn.
Is Mary going on that one before she leaves?
I don't know, but it's an important one. If she doesn't, you ought to go.
Yeah, I'll have to go then.
Have you been there, Woburn?
No.
It's the one that belongs to Bill Cummings.
Right. No, I have not been there. Well, if Mary can't go, I'll go.
Okay, we'll
I'll
straighten
just
it
have
out with
to-
her in the morning.
Yeah, I'll straighten that out with her this evening.
Whatever.
Otherwise,
She's doing well in the. She says she has it all cleaned up for the next person.
I think the next person's her.
Well, it is for a day or so, but then she leaves and somebody else comes in now.
They have a hotel.
Oh, really?
Ah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
no, because I've got material and a sewing machine that I don't really know how to use, but I've got one. And so she said she was looking for to make curtains, and I said, and Nick said, "Oh, Elizabeth's got a sewing machine and she's got material," and as if I knew what I was doing. And I was like, "Oh," I said, "You didn't say that." I said, "I don't know how to make this stuff. I always thought I would learn." And he said, "No, she knows." And I'm like, "Oh, have at it, excellent,"
Yeah.
because beyond my capabilities. So that's it. So we'll get tomorrow sorted out, and then we'll need to check on the hay situation again.
Okay,
Okie dokie.
so
And-
on we go.
And you've eaten and ready for a nap?
Yes, I even had a little ice cream.
Oh, did you?
Probably have a little more ice cream now.
Well, I think so. It's a rude not to. I actually normally just finish a tub a night. I think that might be the root cause of my sort of health problems, but hey.
You gotta stop them. I am down to 193 pounds this morning.
Just stop the boasting.
Yes,
Yes.
but I'll have a little more ice cream tonight.
And, you know what my problem at the moment is? My children, because I've now got a 17-year-old that drives, a
Yeah.
16-year-old that drives, she's like, "Can I just pop out?" And I'm like, "Yes, where are you going?" And she says, "I think I'm going." And I'm like, "Oh, you're getting ice cream? Okay." She brings home cookies and ice cream. It's really, really unhelpful.
Terrible.
Very unhelpful. Yeah,
Oh.
it's not making life easy. Are you lying on my thing? Where did I? Oh no, I put it here, out of your way. There we go. Well,
Okay.
good evening, and we'll see you
Good
tomorrow.
evening. See you around.
I have to go and turn off way over here.